Hey guys, welcome to question 3 for the 2019 Level 2 Algebra exam. So I'm just going to walk through question 3 in this video. So first question A, find the value of m if log base 5 m minus 3 equals to 0. So first things first, we want to move this negative 3 to the other side to make a log base 5 m equals to 3. Log base 5 m equals to 3. And now you can apply a log rule, so you can say 5 to the power 3 is equal to m. And 5 to the power 3 is 125. So m equals to 125. And that would be your final answer for this question. Should just be an achieved mark here. Alright, B. Write as a single logarithm log 6 minus 2 log y. Alright, so right here we have when you minus logs, you actually divide. But however, right now we have this 2 at the front, which makes this a lot harder. However, we can apply log rules and we can say log 6 minus log, move the 2 so it becomes a power. So log of 6 minus log y squared. So this coefficient goes up to the power. So now you can apply a log rule. So when you minus logs, you can divide. So log 6 over log of 6 over y squared, basically. And that should be another achieved mark here. Right, fully simplify 3 to the power of 2n minus 1 plus 3 to the power of 2n plus 1 divided by 3 to the power of 2n minus 9 to the power of n minus 2. Alright, so first things first, in this question, we want to change everything so it has the same base. So we want to change this 9 into 3 to the power of something. So we know that 9 equals to 3 to the power of 2. So we can simplify this whole formula. So we can say 3 to the power of 2n minus 1 plus 3 to the power of 2n plus 1 over 3 to the power of 2n minus 3 to the power of 2 times of n minus 2. And we can simplify even more. So 3 to the power of 2n minus 1 plus 3 to the power of 2n plus 1 over 3 to the power of 2n minus 3 to the power of 2n minus 4. Alright, so now we have everything is the same base. However, our powers are all very different. So the way there's lots of ways to from now to do this question, but the way I used would be I want to make everything to the power of 3. So I want to make the power 2n, so 3 to the power of 2n for every single one of these each one of these terms. I want to make it 3 to the power of 2n. Alright, so looking at the first term, we have 3 to the power of 2n minus 1. So this minus 1 just basically means I'm going to multiply by 3 one less time. So let's say that n equals, just as an example, let's say n equals to 2. If we set n equals to 2, then we would have 3 to the power of 2 times 2 minus 1. So this minus 1 makes just means we have multiplied. So this would be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And then this minus 1 will indicate that this will be divided by 3 because it's 1 less times of this 3. So basically, we're multiplying by this 3 1 less times. So we can actually move this. We actually move this 3 to the power of 2n minus 1. We can move the minus 1 and actually make it divided by 3. So we can rewrite this 3 to the power of 3 to the power of 2n minus 1. We can rewrite that as 1/3 times of 3 to the power of 2n. Now we can follow the same process with the 3 to the power of 2n plus 1. So 3 to the power of 2n plus 1. This plus 1 indicates that we're, no matter what n is, n can be any number, but for whatever n is, I'm multiplying by 3 an additional time. This is the plus 1. So we're adding an extra power, so we multiply by 3 one extra time. So if we get rid of this plus 1 and we move it into a coefficient, we can say we're multiplying by 3 one more extra time. So we can say 3 times of 3 to the power of 2n. Okay, and we can divide that by 3 to the power of 2n can stay as it is, minus 3 to the power of 2n minus 4. So 3 to the power of 2n minus 4, we're multiplying by 3 4 less times. So basically, if we had n's, we have 3 times and 2n amount of times, and then 3 times 4 times less of 3. So basically we can rewrite this as 1 over 3 to the power of 4 times of 3 to the power of 2n. I hope that makes sense. So right now we have 3 to the power of 2n as common factors. We can just get rid of all the 3 to the power of 2n's, and we would be left with a very simple formula. So 1/3 plus 3 over this 3 to the power of 2n, that cancels out. Remember, that cancels out to 1. So 1 minus 1 over 3 to the power of 4 is 81. So that would be the formula you would get. So just a bit of calculator work, you should get your answer as 27 over 8, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's right, 27 over 8. And that would be your final answer for this question. In terms of the marks of this question, this could be an excellence level question or it could be a merit level question. So I'm not too sure. So this could be a merit to excellence level question, but I'm not entirely sure. But in terms of getting a grade, you could get an achieved grade just by simplifying, by breaking the 9 down into 3 squared. Just by doing this step, you could get an achieved, potentially get an achieved, I'm not sure. Perhaps another grade for being able to work out the next step, but I'm not too sure about the grading. But about 27 over 8 would be your final answer for this question. Right, so DI, the number of people N suffering from a contagious virus increases exponentially at a constant rate of 5.3% each week after the virus was initially diagnosed. If N is the number of people initially, if N0 is the number of people initially diagnosed with the virus, then T weeks after the virus was initially diagnosed, N can be modeled by the function N equals to N0 times of 1.053 to the power of T. How long will it take for the number of people diagnosed with the virus to be 3 times the number initially diagnosed? So we want the number of people with the virus to be 3 times the initial diagnosed. So we want the N, just use black pen be better. So we want N to be 3 times of N0. Alright, so if N is 3 times N0, so we can say that N equals to, we can say that 3 and 0. Okay, we can say 3 and 0 is equal to N0 times of 1.053 to the power of T. And now if we move the N0 to the other side, we can say 3 equals to 1.053 to the power of T. And now we can take the logs of both sides. So log 3 equals to, take the power down to T log of 1.053. So we get our T equals to log 3 divided by log of 1.053. If you use your calculator, log 3 divided by log of 1.053. Should get your answer as T equals to 21.27, and the unit is weeks, T weeks after the virus is initially diagnosed. So your final answer would be 21.27 weeks. And this could potentially be a merit level question. So merit level question for finding the T equals to 21.27 weeks, and an achieved potentially for getting up to this step could potentially get you an achieved actually. Right, the number of people N suffering from a different virus also increases exponentially at a constant rate of R% each week. 2,500 people were initially diagnosed with the virus, and after 10 weeks, the number of people suffering from this virus had increased to 4,250. Find R, assuming the form of the model in part I still applies. So the formula in part I was that N equals to N0 times of, let's just say R to the power of T. So R is our rate, T is our time, N0 is our initially diagnosed, and N is our total diagnosed. So our total diagnosed increased to 4,250. So 4,250 is equal to initially diagnosed was 2,500. So 2,500 times of R, we don't know, to the power of 10, because 10 weeks has passed. Alright, so right now we would move the 2,500 to the other side. So 4,250 divided by 2,500 equals to r to the power of 10. So now in order to find out r, we can just say the 10th root of 4,250 over 2,500. That equals to r. So if we use our calculator, we can say, I can find our answer here. So 4,000. Alright, so you should get that your r is equal to 1.054. However, it says it wants your r in percentages, so it says it's increasing exponentially at the constant rate of r. So when something is increasing, it's increasing, so it's the number is getting bigger over time. R we have here is 1.054. If we said r was 1, that means there would be no change because 1 times of 1 is just the same as what it was before. However, now it is 1.054, which is 0.54 more than 0.054 actually. It is 0.054 more than r. So it's increasing by a rate of 0.054 per week. However, we want to express this as a percentage, so we'll multiply it by 100. So if we say multiply by 100, we'll get that what am I doing? We'll get that our percentage should be 5.4%. So basically, each week the number of people diagnosed with the virus increases by 5.4%, and hence your R will be equal to 5.4. And that would be your answer for this question. This could potentially be, I'm not too sure about the marking. I think perhaps if you get part I and part II, you could get a total combined grade of T. So if you get both of these questions, there could be a potential grade of getting an excellence. But in terms of achieved grades might just be finding out the R here. R here might be an achieved here. Just finding this R could be a merit, but I'm thinking you need both of these parts I and part II, to get an excellence combined for these two questions. Yeah, but once again, I'm not too sure about the marking criteria. Alright, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco has 2 towers. The height h in meters of the suspension cables above the mean water level at a horizontal distance x meters from the base of the left tower can be modeled by the function h equals to k multiplied by x minus 640 squared plus 67. At the midpoint between the 2 towers, the suspension cables are 67 meters above the mean water level. The distance between the towers is 1,280 meters, and the towers are 227 meters tall, measured from the mean water level. Okay, that's pretty hard to pronounce. An anemometer is shown as A in the left-hand diagram above to measure the wind speed, and is placed on a cable of height 100 meters above the mean water level. Find the horizontal distance from the anemometer from the left tower. So we want this distance x. Alright, so you should notice the first thing, we have our equation for our parabola, which is h equals to k multiplied by x minus 640 squared plus 67. So you should immediately see this equation in the vertex form. In order to find k, we need to substitute any 1 point to find our k value. So for example, we can use a basic point. We can just say, for example, this point here, we can say this point is 0, 2 to 7. At x equals to 0, y was equal to 2 to 7. So we can substitute those numbers in. We can say height was 227 equals to k times of 0 minus 640 squared plus of the 67. So negative 640 squared is positive. So it's positive 409,600 k plus 67 equals 227. 227 minus 67 is 160. So 409,600 k is equal to 160. So therefore, our k value would be 160 divided by 409,600. So 160 divided by 409,600, and that should give you an answer of k equals to 1 over 2,560, which is a very small number. And so now the good thing is, now that we have our equation for our k value, we can substitute the height as equal to 100 to find our two x values where the height would be 100. So substituting height equals to 100 to our formula, 100 equals to 1 over 2,560 multiplied by x minus 640 squared plus 67. So now it's a bit of a matter of expanding and simplifying. So 100 equals to 1 over 2,560 times x squared minus 1,280x plus 409,600. And then we'll add the 67. Don't forget the 67 on the end. And now we can continue simplifying. So 100 equals to 1 over 2,560x squared minus 1,280 over 2,560x plus of 409,600 over 2,560, and then plus the 67. Alright, so now we can move 100 to the other side. So we say 0 equals to 1 over 2,560x squared minus 1,280 over 2,560x plus 409,600 over 2,560 plus 67 minus 100. Alright, so we just simplify our c value, hopefully. So this 67 and 600, that can cancel out to just plus 33 here. Alright, so now we can go to our polynomial equation and we can substitute these values in. So a would be equal to 1 over 2,560. B would be negative 1,280 over 2,560. So that's basically 1/2. Negative 1/2. So, and C would be 409,600 over 2,560 plus 33. So this entire thing is C. It's 409,600 divided by 2,560 plus 33. Plus 33. It's not doing plus 6. No, this is minus 33. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, what am I doing? So sorry guys. So this was actually minus 33. I was showing up with no real roots and I was wondering why. Sorry guys. Divided by 2, 5, 6. So alright, so you should get your x value is equal to 930.65 meters, or x equals to 349.35 meters. Alright, so now you have to use your interpretation skills. So in the diagram, it shows the anemometer on the left-hand side. So this is the left. So the distance from the left tower is actually the smaller amount, so which is this amount here, not this one. So your final answer would be because the anemometer is on the left. Running out of space here. Is on the left. Because the anemometer is on the left, the distance from the left tower is 349.35 meters. And that would be your final answer here. And that would get you an excellence grade. In terms of getting a merit grade could potentially be finding out the two x values to get a merit. So you find x equals to 930.65 and 349.35. So both these values for merit. To get an achieved, perhaps finding the k value here could get you an achieved. Thank you for watching this video on the 2019 Level 2 Algebra exam walkthrough. I hope to see you all in the next video. Thank you. Bye.